G'day punters, welcome to All In, where our aim is to find you value in Saturday's all-in markets and most importantly, steer you into some winners. And speaking of winners, we are joined by none other than Dean Watling, who is low flying. Dino, how are you?
Good, Gano, mate. The pubs and clubs are back open. It's Freedom Day. I'm travelling well. How's yourself?
Mate, I'm very good. Didn't get to venture the pub. I noticed that you did, though. Talk me through it. What was the schooner of choice?
What was it? It was a Great Northern on tap. There's something quite not similar, or you can't replicate a beer poured on tap by someone else. Nothing quite like it in this world. So it was beautiful to be back in the pubs and clubs, tabs on. So keen to get back into it.
Yeah, good, mate. In the fair dinkum department, of all the choices you've had, you've gone for a Great Northern. Anyway, that's a discussion for another day. Mate, we're covering two huge cards of racing on the show. This Saturday, we have Randwick and we've got Caulfield. Obviously, got the Everest and Caulfield Cup. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, we did chime in last night with some Everest tips, Kosciuszko tips, and Caulfield Cup tips. So be sure to check out that show. They're all there for you. Dino, let's move straight into the Randwick card, mate. Munsey put up this morning, currently, Glenn Munsey from the tab, currently the Randwick track is rated a soft 5 as of this morning. He's been drizzling pretty much all day in Sydney. That Allison Road cameras probably copped a dead set flogging from most all-in punters. I reckon we probably had maybe I'll go 3 mils, but it's been cold. It's been terrible. So at this stage, there's 6 to 15 mil forecast on Thursday, which is a bit later than in the week than we initially thought now. So that's the latest. I can't see us racing on anything better than a soft 6, contrary to what Davo and a few other blokes have chimed in and given me grief on Monday. Mate, what do you see the track rating? And in the true position, how do you see it playing?
Yeah, like you said, that rain is going to come on Thursday. I think that's the most significant downfall, 5 to 15 mils. And like you referenced, it's closer to race day, which is a bit more of a concern, doesn't give the track enough time to dry out. In saying that, I think the soft 5 is probably a conservative rating at the minute. We're on a good 3 in the weekend. It was a good 4 put up straight away and then quickly rectified to a good 3. So I think the soft 5 is probably on the conservative side. So I'm still doing form on a soft 5 track. I think the big day, like we mentioned, is Thursday. If the rain comes, I think we'll be on probably a little bit worse than a 5. But if it doesn't come, I think we can expect a good 4 perfect track. Rail back into true. I think we can just expect, like we expected the last 2 weeks, a fair track, probably slight advantage to those horses selling off the rails and coming down those lanes 4 to 6. But that's a quick assessment of the track and how I think I'll play.
Good stuff, mates. Look, let's jump into it. We'll start off with the St. Ledger Stakes over 2,600 metres on Tont, $3.50. Huge chance of getting a start in the Caulfield Cup there. Fun fact, $6, the 2020 winner going back-to-back for Bjorn, or looking to go back-to-back for Bjorn. Harpo Mark, $6, chance of being in the Caulfield Cup as well. Great House, $8. Anything catch your eye there, mate?
Nothing's caught my eye, and I know you have a nice opinion in this race, so I'll throw straight back to you, mate. What do you like?
Mate, I'm with Great House at the $8. Brock Ryan rode twice, Depenza on twice, now gets J-Mac. Not that any of them have done anything wrong, but it's the ultimate gear change there. Doesn't mind the rain-affected track. And at the $8, look, there's a couple of these horses here, more than a couple. They'll be running in the Caulfield Cup, noms for other races. Just by default, it could be left out in front of start a $3 favourite anyway. That's without the J-Mac factor kicking in and without anyone being aware that he's going to be jumping on board. So, look, at the $8, great bet anyway. And if those other runners come out, fair income, how good.
Yeah, exactly. You make good point. Yeah, similarly with the Everest and the Cosy, you sort of got those second-line horses who can be great bets in the lower class race. But, yeah, great point there.
Mate, next we move on to the Sydney Stakes. I know you've got something you like here. We've got Standout $3.50, Big Parade now into $4.50, was $6, being well backed. Senior Fox $4.50 and Kevin Tari, stop at $6. Mate, what do you like?
I'm very keen on Signore Fox here. The track's the big question mark. If it's a good track, I think it's probably the bet of the weekend. He's trialling like an absolute rocket. Do note he does trial well. If you're going off the trials, he'd be you'd start calling him Winks. He's a dead set rocket in the trials, but this is the best I've seen him at the trials coming into this race. He was 0.7 lengths off Stefani in the Stradbroke last prep. He's just going to a new level. The dry track's the key for mine. He's 3 from 6 first up. So I think if we get a good 4 to a soft 5, he's potentially the bet of the weekend. So I'm keen to bet up here around that 450 price. How do you see it?
Mate, I agree with you on a good track. I'm definitely erring on the Big Parade bandwagon here, though. I was lucky enough to get a bit of the $6. I know that went up 8s, missed that. Took the 6s, so pat in the back, well done. Still has to win. The reason being, and here's the spanner in the works for you, Dino, and anyone that's going to be following you here. There is just, I just got this feeling, right? If we get a soft 6, wide ruler out, they need a replacement. Stable lane chimes in. What do you reckon? Any chance there?
I think that's. I was very surprised today when Embracer was chosen in the last slot. I thought Signore Fox or Paleli would have taken that spot. But yeah, you make a very, very good point there. If we're getting a soft 6, he will definitely come into that Everest picture. He's probably the best horse left in the waiting wings to come in that race. So yeah, very valuable point. Which makes it a little bit tricky. But I do think if he starts in that race in the Sydney Stakes, I think he'll start sub $3 in that race, clearly, if it's a dry track. So 450 prevents value for me.
Absolutely. Good stuff. So you've gone with Signor Fox. I've taken $6, Big Parade. And to be fair, there's probably no reason why you couldn't back both and get a result there, because I can't see any other result than those two winning myself. Mate, you have another tip for us. There's nothing come out yet. Is it? Give us a bit of a heads up on what we're looking at here. What race are we in?
Yeah, no market yet. This is down at Caulfield, the Ethereal Stakes, 2,000 metres Group 3 for the fillies. A horse by the name of Daisies from the Kent stable. Absolutely low flying. Was huge last start at Flemington when it was hard to run on in Edward Manifold. As -6. Last 4 figure, goes 16 up to 2,000 metres, which she'll eat up. I think she's travelling very well. No market out yet, but I think she'll win that race. So I'm keen to bet up when the markets drop. Not too sure what price we get. I think we should get $5 plus easily there.
There you go, mate. So we did just jump on board there. I wasn't sure what race it was, so that's my apologies that it's down in Caulfield. Let's just quickly cover off Caulfield there. So the rails is in a true position, as I saw reference racing.com earlier. Right, there's about 25 to 45 millimetres of rain, and probably the biggest spanner in the works there is up to 10 millimetres of rain on race day. Not a huge Caulfield track expert myself, but how would you see that track playing? I guess they're racing there on Wednesday as well. I imagine the rail would be out for that meeting and back in the true for Saturday. What do you thought? Any thoughts there, mate, or just sort of play it as you see it on the day?
I think anytime we get rain at Caulfield, I think off fence is the ideal situation. I think they'll be getting further and further off that inside rail. So similarly to Randwick, you'll sort of want to get off that fence, off rails in run and closing off in those wider lanes as the day goes, especially if we're getting rain on the day. I think that will probably increase that throughout. That's sort of how I see it. Is that similar to you?
Yeah, look, mate, it's one of those things. I've got no idea, so I'm happy to refer to you and any other geniuses out there that have a better idea. But definitely one to watch and wait. So don't be diving in too hard and in those all-in markets there, mate. Caulfield Sprint, over 1,000 metres. We've got a Sydney horse going around, Malkovich. We've got Curran, $7. Malkovich is $4.50. Curran $7. General Bow $7, and Oxley Road $7. Any opinion of Malkovich or any of the other runners in that race, mate?
No huge opinion. I think Sydney form's good form, though. That's my only thoughts early, but no strong opinion. So I'll throw back to you. What do you like in this race?
Mate, I'm a big fan, and I've chimed into Malkovich early. But I was mates at Sportsbet wouldn't let me get on at $6. I don't like taking futures bets, but we did find some action with Tab at $4.80. So that's something is better than nothing. It gets Damien Lane jumps on board again. Worth noting, Damien was on top over the 1,000 on a soft 7. It's a good horse. Bjorn's said earlier in the week. Well, actually, sorry, it would have been on Sunday. The horse was going there. You know that Bjorn's going to have it ready to go. He's had 2 very, very strong trials. Dino, did you catch any of the trials?
yeah, he's a rocket at the trials. And like you said, he's trialing as good as last prep, and he's dynamite for first up. And exactly what you referenced, he's an on-pace horse, doesn't need luck. You know what you're going to get. And he's probably a horse that we'd all love to own. He tries his guts out, and you can't train a horse to do that. So he's a brilliant horse. And trials, yep, big tick.
Yeah, ticks a lot of boxes. And for mine over the 1,000 metres, I'm not looking for a horse that's going to get back and run on. So yeah, on the heavy track, out in front at 1,000 metres, good luck if you can catch him. The rest will be going up and down like a cork in water. And we will be joining the queue because we'll be back at the pubs on Saturday, which will be absolutely bloody fantastic. Mate, before we wrap the show up, you have a hat for us, a barrier attendant hat to give away. How do we win it?
Yes, so jump on, retweet this post, our all-in preview to go in the draw to win a barrier attendant hat. I'm sure we'll post some pictures of what the cap looks like. Perfect for your golf days every day. We'll throw that up on the social. So give this post a retweet and go in the chance to win a barrier attendant hat.
Awesome, mate. Look forward to that. So I'll be giving away one of those. Make sure you retweet that. Look, punters, do us a favour. Check out the Everest. Do yourself a favour, actually. Check out the Everest, the Kosciuszko and the Caulfield Cup preview as well. Look, if you like what we're doing out here, give us a thumbs up, give us a follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all the usual, but just so you are aware, your comments and engagement is our fuel. And if you want Dino to keep chiming in with winners, you've got to get involved and get around us. All right. So that's pretty simple, isn't it, Dean?
Exactly. Get involved, punters. More retweets, more likes, more comments. It helps us battlers out here dribbling a bit of form. So no, it's great. The more engagement, the better.
Absolutely, mate. And look, be remiss of me not to mention your effort from last week, and we will touch on last week now, but you chimed in with Namage around the $8-9 mark. So you tipped us into winner there. Paul Ely as well. We found the aim of the game is finding a bit of value. I found a bit of value, but it didn't get up again. So you're definitely taking lead 2-0 so far, hoping to kick one back and make it 2-1. Mate, let's wrap it up with your best play of the weekend, or best all-in play for the weekend, mate.
Yeah, so best all-in play, Signore Fox, pay for a dry tack, good soft 5, sorry. I think this horse will start sub $3, and I think it's an outstanding play for a horse that's absolutely flying at the trials. That's my best all-in play, Signore Fox in the Sydney Stakes. Gano?
Mate, I got Great House in the St Ledger. I think the field is more than likely to fall away, and I think it will be winning $8. Get some of that into you. Mate, anything else to add for the weekend ahead?
Nothing yet. It's a cracking weekend. Like we've previewed the Everest, the Kosciuszko, the Caulfield Cup. It's an outstanding weekend. We're back at the pubs and clubs. So I think lap it up, punters, enjoy and get out to your local.
Absolutely. Have a great week, punters. Hope you both plenty of winners. As I said, don't forget to chime in, engage with the program. We'll be back next week for Cox Plate and invitation market. So we'll have them all covered for you. Dino, have a great week, mate.
Cheers, Gano. You too, mate.
Thanks, mate.